Don't overcomplicate it. Focus on music, sound, and energy.
Ever wonder how top DJs actually built their careers?
I had to do 15 years of hard work to get any of the recognition that I wanted.
Where I saw a turning point in my career is when I became true to myself.
From marketing and mindset to networking and negotiation, I'm giving you the tools you need to build a lasting career in dance music.
Give them bits of you and your everyday life.
You have to change the way you view the word no. Like me, I'm encouraged by it.
Join me, Olivia Mancuso, and industry leaders as we reveal what it really takes to turn your passion into profit. This is Elevated Frequencies. Welcome to your weekly elevation, your dose of real strategies for real results in dance music. I'm Olivia, and today I am sharing the story of Sarat, a Ukrainian drone pilot who went from 30 people at his first sunrise set to 400 people in under a year here in Chicago. Now, most DJs complain about not getting booked. Sarat created his own bookings. Most artists wait for the scene to accept them. Sarat built the scene he wanted to be a part of. Most people see a problem and hope someone else fix it, but Sarat saw an opportunity and took it. This isn't about luck or having connections or having the perfect setup. This is about execution.
So Sunrise, this is the series of outdoor morning events I started in Chicago, where we play in Afro house and melodic sounds as the sun rises over the lake. The idea came during early morning bike ride along lakefront. And I saw the city waking up. I saw the calm energy, the colors in the sky, and thought, what if people could experience the music in this exact moment? Not at midnight in dark clubs, but outdoor at 6 a.m., surrounded by nature and light.
This is what I mean when I talk about finding your angle. Now, he didn't try to compete with existing nightclubs. He identified a gap. There was no space for melodic and Afro house music to be experienced, in a setting that actually matches that energy in Chicago. And his drone pilot background gave him perspective that most people never get. He was seeing Chicago from angles that sparked ideas that no one else was having. But here's what's crucial. He didn't just, have this idea and sit on it. He actually tested it. This is exactly what I teach in my DIY pop-up guide, by the way. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need to start. I'm sure you've heard that before. Now, Sarat understood something most artists actually miss. You get to be the creative director of your own experience. He could match his melodic Afro house vibes with his love for the city's beauty, his preferences for mornings over late nights, his desire for outdoor spaces instead of dark clubs. Instead of trying to fit into someone else's vision, he created his own.
Basically, I always loved filming, especially cities from the sky. I loved to fly in over to Chicago, and that's something inspired the event, honestly. The first time was pretty simple. We didn't know what to expect. We had maybe 20 or 30 people showed up, mostly friends, some people who saw my posts on social media, but the energy was crazy. I felt that something new was born.
Yeah. Were there people who were walking by who saw what you were doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of joggers. Some joggers staying and dancing with us. We have had random people showed up and then they become regulars.
This is how organic growth actually works. Sarat started with his immediate network, friends, and people who followed him on social, but the magic happened when some random joggers stopped and stayed, when people walking by became regulars. That is word-of-mouth marketing you cannot buy. Here's what's happening. People experience something special, they tell their friends, they bring those friends the next time. Sarat told me that word of mouth has become one of his most powerful tools. People don't just come back once, they come back with a group of friends. That's how you go from 30 to 400 people. But there's something deeper happening here. The people showing up at 6 a.m. for sunrise set are making an intentional choice because you can't accidentally end up at a 6 a.m. event. These people are using this experience to set the tone for their entire day. They're seeking something healing, something communal, something that you can't always find in traditional nightlife. So from that first event to now, how many people would you say are showing up now?
Now?
Yeah.
Now we have around maybe 400 or 500 people show up.
Oh my God. In
Yeah.
how much time? When did you have that first event?
The first was last year on May.
So you went from 30 people last year to now 400 people.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The reason why conversation is so important to me, I tell DJs that if you aren't getting booked places, create your own experience. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be complicated. Just create something and people will show up. And here you are telling me that you went from
sure.
40 to 400 in a year.
Yeah.
30 to 400 people in 1 year. That is not just growth. That is literally validation that he identified a real need in the market. But here's what I want you to understand. This growth didn't happen because Sarat had some, secret marketing strategy or tons of industry connections. It happened because he was consistent, authentic, and he was actually solving a problem for people. The community that shows up is unlike anything you'll find in traditional club settings. People come in pajamas, they come in workout clothes, sometimes even full costumes. For many of them, this is really their only opportunity to experience music in a communal setting. They either can't or don't want to go clubbing, but they crave that connection to music and community. This is also making Sarat more marketable as an artist. Instead of just posting bedroom sets on Instagram, like a lot of other producers, he's got this incredible content of hundreds of people dancing to his music against the backdrop of Chicago's skyline at sunrise. That is the kind of content that gets you noticed by talent buyers, promoters, all the right people in the industry.
We are respectful and trying to clean up, keep the volume balance. So we are not disturbing people. We are contributing something beautiful. So far we are lucky.
This mindset, contributing something beautiful rather than just taking, is why his events keep growing without running into problems. Sarat understands that he's a guest in these public spaces. He's getting permits, keeping volumes reasonable, cleaning up afterward. It's not just about, being a good citizen. It is about sustainability. You can't build something long-term if you're burning bridges. But Sarat isn't just maintaining what he's built. He is actually evolving it strategically. So he's tested boat experiences where people have to bring their own boats to access the music. So think about that. He's naturally progressing into some more exclusive experiences, and he's planning sunset sets to close out boating season. He's learning to, create scarcity and exclusivity while still maintaining the accessible sunrise sets that built his community. This is business development in real time. He's learning how to read his market, test new concepts, and scale experiences. These are skills that transfer to every aspect of building a music career.
Start small. Don't stress about big numbers of people because even 10 people can create a magic. And don't overcomplicate it. And focus on music, sound, and energy.
Start with 10 people. This is the advice that I give every artist who tells me that they're not getting booked. You do not need a massive production or perfect conditions. You need to focus on creating an experience that serves people. That's it. Sarat's success came from creating something that didn't exist, not from competing with what already did. He wasn't trying to throw a better club night. He was actually creating an entirely different category of experience. And that's how you avoid competition. That's how you become irreplaceable instead of just another option. And, a lot of people miss this. By creating his own events, Sarat is developing skills that make him more valuable in every other aspect of his career. Think about it. He's learning logistics, marketing, community building, event production. He's becoming someone who makes things happen instead of someone who waits for things to happen to him.
Long term, we are thinking about all-day experience. We want to make more collaborations with the live instruments, with the art. We are thinking about winter time because winter in Chicago is pretty long, so you need to do something.
Sarat didn't wait for permission. He didn't wait for the perfect moment. He didn't wait for someone else to create the scene that he desperately wanted so bad. His drone pilot background gave him perspective. His love for melodic house gave him the soundtrack. His willingness to get up at 4 a.m., I think he told me, to set up equipment gave him dedication. His respect for community and public spaces gave him sustainability. And you know what? The result? A movement that's brought hundreds of people together, creating a new way to experience music in Chicago, and established Sarat as someone who makes things happen. If you want to create your own events, I have a complete 9-part DIY pop-up party guide. It's in my link in bio. Go get it. There's many podcasts, workshops, worksheets, social media guides with hooks you can steal. Essentially, the same format. Well, my version of the format Sarat used to build his brand. Everything from setting goals, finding venues, negotiating, permits, insurance, promotion, content creation at the event, and how to use that content afterward. It's everything you need to stop waiting and start creating. Remember, success in dance music isn't about luck, it's about strategy. I'll talk to you next week.